everyone, and welcome back. So, what I want to do is I want to start creating some screens for our product, which is Habitual. So, we went through the process of sketching some ideas out. We also started sketching user flows. We started way back when we were sketching, we were thinking already about, let's find it, some navigation trees and how certain things are connected. And I really want to start thinking about our homepage in much more detail. So, here's our homepage. We're definitely going to have a search. We're going to have something around shopping, interests, and habits. We're probably going to have a place for them to get to categories, maybe deals. We have navigation, which is a wish list, orders, profile. We have the cart as well, and we have a way to log in or sign up. So, let's jump right in and start thinking about what this could look like. So I'm going to just create a frame. I'm going to press F and I'm going to just select that. I'm going to call this homepage. Perfect. So the easiest way to start is let's take a look at our sketches and where we kind of left off. So for our homepage, we could tell we were thinking about having some text at the top and a profile. We can see we can start thinking about the navigation as well. We have some images there. Those are some rough sketches. So we do know that we were thinking about a search there. And at some point we were thinking also about a search in the navigation. I don't know where that is. I think it's here somewhere. Anyways, we start thinking much more in terms of screen states. So we have a save icon, we have a name, we have price, maybe some categories, possibly. Those alternate funnels they can get into. These may be categories, maybe interests, other things. Okay, so this definitely gives us a lot to work with. And I'm going to start building based off of my sketches. We don't need to match them directly, but I think they'll allow us to have a good starting off point. So, let's get started. So the first thing I like to do with my sketches and my wireframes is start building out some of the most basic things navigations and stuff like that. So I'm actually just going to go to my Assets tab. I'm going to go up to UI Elements. And let's see where it is. Navigation and containers. And just like that, we have a navigation bar. So I think we should kind of start thinking a little differently, maybe. Let's go to our assets and icons, social, that's okay. Let's just replace that nicely. So yeah, icons. We have a social, heart-filled. Perfect. There you go. Easy. Let's think about profile. I know we said we could have orders down here, and that's very possible. I was thinking about that. But we should probably test some different options as well. We shouldn't necessarily just stick to just one. There's a count. That was a good guess. And icons. What else do we have here? Shopping, maybe. Yeah, cart. There we go. Okay, cool. So there we go. We have our very own navigation, and we can just just to show that we are on the homepage. Okay, and what I want to start doing is actually, let's see what we got here. We got search. There we go. So we have our search up here. That is good. Okay, and I think we should probably have some text. So we could just start typing some text in here. So we have maybe a big hello. You know, some apps are really inviting like that. I kind of like that. I mean, I think we should kind of test our messaging as well. So we can go into here in our phone styles. Let's see how big some of these are. Ooh, that's way too big. So let's just go down here. I think that's fine. Perfect. Let's zoom in. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some more and I'm just gonna write. We have some recommendations. Oops. For you. Okay, so that's just gonna trail off and we're just gonna have to bring that in. And let's set that to like 16 regular. Okay, that's gonna work for now. Okay, so we're starting to build out a bit here. Like I said, it's kind of like sketching too. I mean, we're being a little more thoughtful with the type of content we have. We're also thinking much more about like the hierarchy of the information. So I know that I really want search to be prominent in some way. So for now, I'm gonna bring it up here and see how it performs when I test with users. I'm also going to, just hierarchy in terms of our copy as well. It's just like a big hello, like a welcome, and then some recommendations. Maybe this could lead into some images or like some interest-based stuff just for you. We can bring that in just a little bit. So that's the auto width brings it right to the width of the content. I like using that. Okay, so we got a size 16. We can do regular. Let's do a size 16 bold. And right now, I'm not thinking too much about style. I just want to kind of get everything on the page. Then we'll refine. Design is a very iterative process. You're not going to get everything right in the first go. 100%. I will bet on that. And that's okay. I mean, it's all about just learning, building, learning, building and learning over and over until you get it right. And you're definitely not going to get it right on the first try. And that's okay. So what do we got here? Content. No, we don't need that. Menus, option menus, chips, leave removable, switch up image. Perfect. Look at that. So we have an image placeholder. We actually may want to bring in a grid here. So I'm going to bring in a grid because it's going to help me lay things out a bit more. So what do we got here? We got 6. I'm going to bring it to 8. Margin can be 24. The gutter can be 24. And don't worry, we are going to learn all about grids and how awesome they are. But they're going to really help us to determine how we kind of lay things out. Perfect. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we may have a larger image, I was thinking. Something like that. I like just hitting them with something really nice right away. To toggle your grids, if you're using them right away, we will get into it at a later lesson, but Control G is really your friend here. So Control G is just to hide and show. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate that. And so when I'm thinking about the type of content I'm going to need for each product image, I'm thinking about the product name. We don't need that to be bold. It could just be regular 16 pixels. I'm also thinking about price. So we could just write $25. Maybe this is bold. I know people like to read a name first, but price is one of the bigger motivators. So we can do a size 16 bold. And you can tell I'm whipping through this pretty quickly. And maybe we have some information. I like that. Okay, so we got a size 14 regular. Plugins. I like to use Lorem Ipsum. It's just a plugin. It's really great. 1 sentence is probably more than enough. So one sentence, maybe we'll bring that down to 12 pixels because that's taking up a lot of screen real estate. Let's bring that down. Okay. So let's just space things out just a little better. Okay, so we got something here. And I'm just going to call this large product card. Okay, so now we definitely have two. You'll notice that just kind of sticks on that grid, which is great. And it's using a base unit of 8 pixels. So it's just going to move in increments of 8. We'll get into the reasoning for that. But nice. That looks really clean. What else should we have here? We should definitely have like categories as well. Let's think about those. Deals and categories. So deals are pretty big. Oops, I actually forgot something. Let's think about, we also wanted like a heart. So let's just bring that. I'm going to search for heart icon. Perfect. And let's just make that white. And like I said, I mean, use something to make your workflow much more quicker, much more easier. I mean, we're not worried about being perfect right now. We're just worried about making sure we can get these designs kind of done, get them into a place where we can start testing with them. Because you will most likely throw these designs out. It's just the nature of designing wireframes. Okay, that's good enough. Cool. So we have the product image, and as you can tell, we have like the name, we have the amount. We can just duplicate this here. We're gonna fix this to the bottom. And we're gonna bring this over. And yeah, so we can start thinking more about just the type of content we'll have for maybe smaller images as well. Make sure that's inside. Okay, cool. I want to start thinking about smaller images too. So if I turn on my grid again, it's going to help me figure out what is the perfect size. So yes, it's definitely going to have a product name. We're going to group this, and you can actually start creating like your own little components here, your reusable patterns. So I'll make this a small product card. And just to speed up your workflow if you plan to use these throughout your entire app. So we got that. And we can even bring that in just a bit. Cool. There we go. So like there we have a deals later, and what else is next? And next I do want to have something different. I want to have categories. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to grab assets over here. Grab a card. Cool. And I like the idea of letting them kind of fall a bit off of the page and like letting the user scroll horizontally. So we can definitely do that. We can definitely prototype with that. Okay. We'll just call this tech or something. Okay, let's do like a size 14 bulk. Perfect. When you're creating these wireframes, remember, just constantly reference your notes, reference your sketches, your user flows. I mean, you shouldn't be going into like something like this blind. Okay, and I think that's a good starting point, 100%. I mean, that's definitely enough to kind of get us testing. We have our categories here, we have a navigation that we can use. We definitely have like deals, and we do have something around like our interests and stuff like that. But I do think we're going to need to improve on this. Like maybe this can stay, but maybe down here, maybe deals is deprioritized, or it's not too high in terms of like the order of hierarchy. So, there's different things we're definitely going to figure out while we test, and you shouldn't necessarily just design once and be okay with it. Validate your assumptions. Go out, just ask people questions, talk to your client. Does this necessarily like fulfill the goals? Will users actually be enticed to start clicking on certain things? Does this make it seem like a more personalized shopping experience? I don't know. I don't honestly know just yet, and that's fine. I mean, we're going to create many variations, and you should be doing that too. Don't just settle on one. So this is the homepage that I've just wireframed really quickly using all those components, and you should definitely give it a try yourselves. You don't need to copy exactly what I did, but go ahead and try to think about other ways that you can like incorporate special interests or like recommendations. Think about ways that you can get users like into our funnel in terms of like purchasing. I know we kind of had like shopping interests and habits over there. We kind of knocked everything off in one way or another. And you should really think about, I know the goal of this project is really to kind of drive the point home of a more personalized shopping experience. So come up with your own feature. Think about different ways you can kind of, achieve that goal. And that's it for our homepage. In our next video, we're going to figure out what else to build with our wireframes.